Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's Kate Carruth here, your content alchemist with some content gold on a Wednesday lunchtime. We're answering lots of your questions, from the really simple ones about how much something might cost to the really complicated ones about how certain processes of writing work. So all those frequent questions that we hear in the running of creative words. In this video, we're going to cover the question I'm often asked, which is, copywriter or content writer? What's the difference and which one do I need? Really confusing. And lots of people don't even know what term to search for online. And that's not helped since copywriter, content writer, they're actually used interchangeably a lot of the time. Throw in some technical terms like direct response writing and technical writing, all of which I'm going to explain here today. It all gets even more confusing. Before we delve into the detail, here's the really important thing. We're all writers. If you come across somebody who writes and you think they're a good fit for your business, get in touch anyway. If they can't help, they'll tell you, and they probably know someone else who's great at what you're looking for. So let's unpick those two main terms first and explain those. Start with the copywriter. That expression, that job, copywriter's been around 200 years, as far as I can tell. Their original purpose was to write the words for adverts. If you go back into the olden days, when all we had was newspapers, the copywriter would be creating the headline and the text with an illustration that would make up a newspaper advert. Now, strictly, what that means is you'd only engage the services of a copywriter if you want someone writing adverts for you. But it has become a more generic term, and it really relates to anybody who writes sales or marketing content. So stuff that is there to persuade someone to buy something. But a lot of people also use it much more broadly. So you might find them offering blogs, web content, web articles, strictly speaking, not the role of copywriter. If you really do want someone who's writing for advertising copy, you're trying to persuade someone to buy something, then the term direct response copy is the one that you search on. That's the content that is there to persuade somebody and actually get a reaction from it. This is what copywriting is in its most specific definition. So if that's copywriting, does that mean that content writing is everything else? Well, no, because content writing is writing content. And I know that sounds really obvious, but let's unpick it a bit. Content is something that is intended to inform, entertain, or educate. Now, we use the expression anything that adds value to your audience. So if you're looking for someone to help you write blogs, the words on your website, emails for information, rather than hard selling, newsletters, customer onboarding, you're probably looking for a content writer. But the content writer won't do anything that isn't the direct response. So we mentioned that term, technical writers. Technical writers write for an expert audience. That might be articles for engineers or the tax bulletins that brief accountants on the nuances of the tax world, for example. That's technical writing. So that's one form. Journalists write articles to report the news. Business writers write business reports and processes. Then there are speech writers, script writers, poets, lyricists, all of that. Content is very broad. So if you search online for a content writer, you could come up with, well, pretty much anything. So it might not be the first person that you come across who's going to do what you want. But if you know what you want, you can look a bit deeper into the content on their website to find out. So some writers will create press releases, but not all of them. Some might help you with the content for a book, but some don't. Some will have journalistic skills, so can do great articles for newspapers. Others might struggle with that. The sign of a good content writer is one you can trust to say, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. I do know someone who can. And if you have doubts, if, for example, a writer tells you that they can do any kind of writing, reassure yourself by asking to see examples of the type of work you're looking for. And don't be frightened to ask what results they've had for other clients. They ought to be able to tell you that too. So what do you do if you're not quite sure what it is you want? Even though we've got copywriters and content writers providing lots of different services and all of this interchangeability in the way the language is used, it does make it hard to find the right person online. Writers might describe themselves as a copywriter in one place because they know that's what's most likely to be searched for. It might not be the service they actually provide. And I'll be honest, we're probably guilty of this too. We use the word copywriting on our website quite frequently on pages about marketing content because we know it makes sure that the website comes up on Google. But then we also talk about content writing for exactly the same reason. It's the modern challenge of describing what you do versus being found online, the good old SEO world. And every business has to dance to that particular tune a bit. So don't judge a writer for using both terms. Delve a bit deeper. My best advice to you is to connect with people you think will resonate with your kind of business and arrange a conversation. All content is about a conversation. And here at Creative Words, we firmly believe that's where any writing work should start. If you search online and you find people who are going to write content for you without speaking to you, avoid. The results will probably be generic. They might be written by a machine, and they're often pretty disappointing and need a lot of rework. Only by connecting with someone can you be absolutely sure they're the right person to write the words for your business. And that's why at Creative Words, we offer a free consultation. If you're not sure what kind of content you need, you think we might be able to help. If you like the way that we do things, if you like what you've seen, click the link, book a call. We're going to be happy to guide you. Even if we can't help, we probably know someone else who can. If you think this video has been helpful, then do please share it with your friends. Tag anyone you think might want to look at it in the comments below. And I'm going to be back in a month's time with another common question. Have a golden afternoon.